Daily Dose. My name is Robert. I'm here with my pal Susan, and we are talking just a fantastic series. Thank you, by the way,
This,
for.
oh my gosh, is this heaven? Yeah. This
Is
is
this heaven? Yes.
so, yeah.
Love it because this conversation, I think this is probably as important as anything we've done on the dose for the growth of yes and exercise because of where it meets ChatGPT. We've been doing this, but we haven't been telling people we're doing it. And wait a minute, the whole world's looking for answers. We've got some answers for you. We
Yes.
really
And
do.
experience.
And experience. So
Yeah.
let us continue to explore that with you. Here's an important thing. One of our longtime players now, Karen, really ran into a couple of things. And I don't know if you did as well. Let me preface this to say, at one point before we were using ChatGPT, you were telling a story that dealt with suicide. And did you ever put anything about that story into ChatGPT, or was that a
That
totally?
was pre-chat GPT
Okay.
in my, yeah.
If you were to put something about suicide in there, it's going to give you some warnings
I've,
because,
yeah, I've heard that in our class.
yeah, because I think from their legal perspective, number one, they don't want to be involved in anything. I mean, it's almost a must report. Not that they're going to report you, but basically it's going to kind of shut down. It's going to kind of, as a machine, go, report violation, etc.
Right.
You know, and
And
stark.
did it happen with somebody referring to Parkinson's in chat GPT
Oh,
saying,
that was different. So Matthew Moore,
oh,
Matthew
right.
Moore, a brilliant playwright and now screenwriter as well, is also a stand-up. And he was, using ChatGPT to help build his material. He's like, give me 10 jokes about Parkinson's. And it said, that is insensitive. It basically read him the riot act.
Shook its
So
chat GPT finger at him.
it finger waved him, and he was blown away, going, "Oh wow, okay."
I'm
So
sorry.
But okay, so let's talk about what some of the limitations we found, and these are just some of them we found
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
ChatGPT, because it's doing what I think is responsible for tech. I actually like this. I don't think this is great big conversation. How much you know should tech be involved with censoring, with monitoring? To me, I'm a fan of a modicum of it. I don't think it should be anarchy. I do not think the tech should be wild, wild west. I think it's way too powerful, and there's a problem with that. And it cites some of that right here. Okay, hate speech, harassment, misinformation, self harm, promotion, adult consent involving minors, explicit violence, non consensual sexual content, impersonation, plagiarism assistance, illegal activity promotion, privacy violations, malware creation, political manipulation, and disallowed financial advice are all things that can be considered violation, and all things that might just be a good Friday night for me. Hey-oh! No, that was a joke.
Robert.
The point
You're
being,
so funny. Oh my
where that
God.
comes from, um, is okay. A couple things popped to mind. Number one, ChatGPT is protecting itself and potentially saying, "Yeah, we're not involved with that. We're not," which I think is responsible tech. Now, on a storytelling standpoint, some great storytelling. Go to right to ChatGPT. Go to Shawshank Redemption. There's non-consensual sexual content, rape in that. If you wrote that bluntly, you'd get a warning from
Mm.
ChatGPT. So it's important to note, because what I wouldn't want from storytelling, folks, is to flatten or take away or sanitize the human experience. It's to recognize that ChatGPT won't go there with you, and that's okay. Leave that part out. You can still tell your story that needs to be told, that might involve any
Oh,
of
I
the
see what you're saying. Yeah.
difficult,
So,
painful things, but not because. I'll give you an example. Karen has, I mean, she has spousal abuse, right? And she has a lot of harsh language, which is, I think it reads true. It's her
it
telling
fits. Hmm.
her
Yeah.
story,
Yeah.
but ChatGPT is going to say no. And
Hmm.
that doesn't mean don't do it. It just means I'm at the fence. You go ahead and adventure for a while. Come back when you're past that part of
Yeah.
things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. So it would it like just ignore that paragraph, for example?
No, not exactly. And I haven't had a lot of experience with this, but it puts up in a little box, and it has like red letter
Oh.
language, and
Oh,
it
I see.
says something like
Huh.
ChatGPT policy violation, and you can click in for more
Okay.
information, and it'll take
Okay.
you. Um, it'll even work around it for you. And sometimes I think it has to
Yeah,
flag. It's saying,
yeah.
okay, keep going. I'm just telling you this is a
Mhm.
violation.
Yeah,
Karen's fear was, oh my God, am I going to get kicked out? And I understand that. I don't think that's what it does. And I'll fully admit my ignorance here. I don't know what would cause one to be kicked out from using or be reported by, if those are even possibilities. I just know there are violations
it's
with,
very interesting. Yeah,
yeah, and important to understand, you know, because, I mean, the human experience involves a lot of these things, unfortunately. It just
yes,
does.
yes.
So it's not to not do them, it's to recognize
Hmm.
what a violation looks like and what it does to your usage of it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm. hmm.
So use must follow OpenAI, which is the company of ChatGPT, OpenAI's consent and use policies to ensure safety, respect, and responsible AI interaction. This is the relationship with AI. And again, what you're going to do with it. It's saying basically, I don't want to proliferate. I want to be used as a force for good. And
Yeah.
that's a very Silicon Valley thing, that whether or not they always do it, that's been one of their guiding forces is, tech for good. Now we know there's been a lot of unintended consequences of not so good, but the intent anyway
Yeah,
is for
yeah.
good.
I mean, you can't argue with that.
Yeah.
It's all it's all good.
Bottom line, ChatGPT makes mistakes. We're back to that same place.
Yeah.
So when you think about this, about crossing a line, about what ChatGPT will or won't do, does it make you feel any way about using it? Does it change your relationship with it at all?
No. Any time, I mean, if it gave a warning, as you said, I can't imagine it's one strike and you're out. So I
Mm,
assume there's some sort of warning, which could raise your awareness about something.
I think that's what it's mostly for.
And if it raised your awareness and you still felt like in Karen's situation, it's the truth. So
Right,
you're not going too far. You're actually telling the truth.
right.
At that point, you don't have to put everything. You don't have to give everything over to
Nope,
ChatGPT. So you just carve that out.
that's right. I think ChatGPT's point is it's not denying the truth. It just doesn't want the truth. It doesn't want to be involved in exploiting the truth for a negative outcome,
Yes,
right? Because
yes,
there's a difference in art, right? Between something, a violent act that's shown to reflect the truth, and one that is done for basically pornographic purposes. Um,
yeah, huge
I mean,
difference. Yeah.
there's a whole genre that I disdain in horror called torture porn, where they
Oh,
just
for sure.
really go into dismemberment and things like that. And I go, that's just for disgust.
Mhm.
And look, for people, I'm not saying it shouldn't exist, but I just dislike it with
And that's what I meant by carve it out.
yeah,
I didn't mean to like cheat or anything. You just don't have to read that thing or go to that movie or listen to that song if it's offensive or hurts your
right.
ears. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a believer in freedom for sure. I also am a believer in the effect of certain kinds of presentations upon people. And I mean, it's an ongoing battle. It needs to just keep being talked about the effect of media. That's my master's degree is journalism and media studies. So all another thing for another time. We could talk more about that. But anyway, that is
Yeah.
ChatGPT policy violations, and we're gonna stop this episode right there. See you next time.